Alright guys, we finally got our Weller clutch installed. Got about 50 miles or so on it now. Just kind of giving you our thoughts and opinions on it. So our base setup on this 21 RMAX2 was just the factory 30s, the stock clutching, and just a Weller performance tune. So this machine was due for a clutch service, so we went ahead and swapped to the Weller machine sheave and 22 gram weights, still running the Weller performance tune. So overall, the clutching with the Weller sheave is a lot smoother. We also swapped to tank seal over the factory Yamaha Ultramatic grease, so everything, just the engagement to how just even the rolling off the throttle feels a lot smoother. Just smoother transitions in and out of the throttle. Overall, down low has a nice pickup. I'm not really lagging at all. We also did opt to run the additional shim as well. We did run the secondary, or did not run the secondary spring that they provided with the kit. We may end up running that just to see the differences between the two and what we think on that. So overall, low ends improved. Like I said, we did swap to the 22 gram weights, so there was a little bit of a notable difference on the top end of performance, and I think that's mainly due to the clutch weights. Not that it's lacking or anything, but just when you swap from the 20s to the 22s and the two-seaters, could notice just a little bit of a performance decrease. But top end, we did pick up probably a couple mile an hour. Out on the roads, we did kind of open it up. Per the factory gauge cluster, we were hitting about 75, 76 mile an hour. I didn't have the Adventure Pro up to see if that correlated or not, so running around mid 70s for top speed or so around this. You know, not that the top end is lacking or anything, but like I said, we did just notice a little bit of a difference as far as the top end performance switching to the weights. Since we're talking about the weights, did notice a decrease in the RPMs as noted by pretty much everybody that's running them, so it does quiet these down a little bit. We're also running the HunterWorks tip on this particular machine, so it does quiet the cab noise down just a little bit. So if, you know, communication, things like that, or just you want a little bit quieter machine overall, you know, definitely look into swapping the 22 gram weights into the two-seaters. Overall, definitely liking the clutching so far. Like I said, we want to swap the secondary spring in here in a little bit just to see if that does make a difference as far as in low end performance. So far, for everything we're doing, this setup's working really well for us. Don't really have any complaints on it. You know, if you're close to needing a clutch service or just want to, you know, try to get a little bit more performance via the clutching, definitely look into the Weller machine sheave. You know, a couple different weight options. They have the secondary spring, so you can kind of fine tune these things for whatever terrain you're riding in, whatever you're looking to gain out of them. But like I said, you know, if you're in the clutch, servicing it, opening it up, you know, it's a great time to go ahead and swap these out. But just to swap them out, if you look at our service video on this, it takes us about 2 hours start to finish. A lot of the work involved is mainly getting the paneling off, getting the clutch housing cover off, things like that. So it's really not particularly hard to get them out. It's just you just have a little bit of time involved in them. But like I said, check that video out if you have any questions as far as servicing the primary or secondary. But that's kind of our thoughts on the setup that we have now. We'll probably make a follow-up video when we add the secondary spring, but we're getting ready to take this machine back down to Hatfield here in 2 weeks, so we'll get some more miles on it and see how it performs down there.